This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we'll finish up this decision makings and then we'll continue. Probably, I think it's not. It doesn't take much time to complete this if else and elif. So already we have, the practice that is required to understand that simple if and multiple if. And there is one more we call nested if. You can also try that. So once I discuss that, then we'll switch to the. Uh, what do you do? Okay, we'll finish up if else and elif. Okay, because we don't have big change there. Everything is almost related or interconnected, so that our job becomes easy for us. Okay. So, any update from Sandy? Still joining, or anything from him?
I think he's still joining, sir.
Pardon?
I think he's still joining.
Okay, no issues. No issues. How do you put an elephant in a fridge? How do you do that? Any idea? What of you?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
How do you put an elephant in a fridge? Any idea?
No.
Okay, very difficult, right? So the answer is open the fridge, put the elephant in, close the fridge.
Nice, sir.
Yeah. How to put a whale inside a fridge?
You open the fridge, take out the elephant, and then put the whale inside.
Oh, that's perfect. Now you caught the things, okay? Okay, another question. Tarzan held a meeting. All animals came except this one animal. What is it? So any idea?
The elephant?
Okay, Tarzan held a meeting. All animals came except one animal. Who is that?
We don't know, sir.
Whale, because whale is in the fridge. So how about Sandy? Is he coming or shall we start? Anybody can check with him?
మనోహర్ గారు
Yeah.
నేను లక్ష్మి అండి, శ్రేయస్ నిగ్దాస్ మామ. లెట్స్ గో హెడ్ అండ్ గెట్ స్టార్టెడ్. ఎందుకంటే టైం ప్రకారం మొదలు పెట్టేసుకుందాం ఎవరు జాయిన్ అయితే వాళ్ళకి. ఎందుకంటే మాకు మళ్ళీ 1:30కి వీ హ్యావ్ టు గో. స్నిగ్ధాకి వయోలో క్లాస్ ఉంది, సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు లీవ్ ఆఫ్టర్ దట్.
Yeah, that's fine, Andy.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. ఎవరో టైం ప్రకారం ఎవరు వస్తే వాళ్ళు దే విల్ గెట్ ఇన్ అంతే.
Yep, no issues.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
So guys, you are doing this yesterday. I think all of you are on the same page. I know 4 of you are have submitted the answers, and then I see that you are doing really good. So now next one, nested if. Let's have a quick idea about this as well, so that we will again apply them somewhere in some kind of application. So nested if means what, guys? What is this? An if within another if. Okay, is known as nested if. And the syntax look like this. Let's understand from syntax so that it's easy to follow there. Okay, it's something like this. If condition, okay, colon, and then again inside this you can see the indentation. Nested means if within another if. So if you look at it, the indentation, it will be very clear. If condition 1, and then the indentation, because this second if is inside the first if. So condition 2 colon, then you can apply some statements here. Statements can be one or many, it's up to you. We don't have any restriction on that. It depends on the problem requirement. Okay, anyhow, we talk more on nested when we go for little further with the coding. We'll do a bit of more complex programs in looping, so that you get an idea how we can apply this nested ifs. Okay, we are going to have a lot of practice, definitely, so that will give you a perfect idea. So the execution flow, what is this here? In nested if, what happens is if condition 1 is true, then only you get into condition. Okay, and if condition 2 is true, then the statements inside this gets executed. And there is one more thing. Okay, yeah, there's one more thing. What is that? You have something like this. What is it? See, nested if in sense, it's not like we should declare statements only in the inner if. This is inner if, right? If you want, you can declare statements in outer if as well. And also you can, if you want, you can declare statements after inner if and inside outer if. It's also possible. But you have to take care of the indentation. The point is, if you put all statements with this indentation, with same indentation as if okay, if all the indentation comes with this inner if, it is part of outer if. Suppose here the statements, if you put inside inner if, the statements of inner if should follow the same indentation of inner if. Here you can see here I am giving some space and declaring it. So there will be a little difference with the indentation of inner if and outer if. That also you have to put an eye on that. That is very important. Okay, that is very important. You have to take care of it. Okay, guys, understood now? So what do you do right now? So what do? You just do a small program. If again I'm repeating this, okay, or I'm insisting or emphasizing. See, if you have doubts, don't wait till the session is closed and the parents come to me and ask me. What I request from you is you stop me then and there itself. Ask me how many times you want, and then make sure if you have any questions, doubts on anything else, try to clarify them. Okay. Even if you come up with a few new questions also, it's good for us. So now the program is this write a program. Now this is clear, right? All of you are good here with this execution flow.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
that's excellent. Excellent. So now write a program to find greatest up to three numbers. Yes, in the last session, that is on Thursday, you have done greatest of three numbers, right? You remember. What is greatest of three numbers? What is it, guys? You have done with multiple, if you remember, right? The same program, you try to rewrite that program with this nested if. Okay, we can do that with nested if as well. So let's try that to find greatest of three numbers. Of course, you can try with four numbers as well. So you okay, you can try with four numbers, but still let's try with three. That will be fine. It will be a good start for us. But two numbers, you don't need nested ifs. Okay. So here you can try the same thing with this. Okay, you can try the same thing with which one? With nested if as well. Try it now. But there is one big difference here. What is that? Yeah, somebody have already done this. You don't need to. Shreya has done it. You don't need any logical operator here this time. You can avoid logical operators when you are using nested if. This is another way of doing that, solving that problem without using logical operators. Okay, an alternative approach. Try that now. Snigdha, I think the indentation has to be little different. Did you test this code, Snigdha? Did you test it, Snigdha?
No.
Then this program won't work, Snigdha. So you have to test it and submit to me, so that if any issues are there, you can fix it or I can help you. In either way, it is fine. Okay.
Okay.
So please test it once. This will definitely give you no doubt about that.
Okay.
So why? Because one thing is you are missing indentation of inner thing. So please take care of that. And still, if you have any questions, we can discuss. No issues at all. Okay.
Okay. In the chat box, it doesn't let us put the indentation. Like in the original code, we have indentation, but when we copy and paste it in, the indentation goes away.
So no issue. See, if you know that how to use the indentation, it's fine. No issues.
Yeah.
But the logic is fine. I don't have issue with the logic. But only thing is, I'm little worried about the indentation. But if you have that idea and if you are clear with that, no problem. Okay.
Okay.
Can I post my answers? Wait, can we do that? Or
Sandy, what is it? Please come again. Still, I'm waiting for I think Lasya and okay, and Pranav. Okay, if they were done, then Sandy, how about you? I'll just show you the solution. After I'll give some time to you. Okay, if you are able to do in the given time, it's fine. Otherwise, I will show that later on. If you have questions, you can ask me after class also. See if you want some extra time with me, because in the class, others also keep waiting. So I can wait after class so that you can still take my help for at least some for about 20 to 20 minutes to 30 minutes is fine. Extending to that, someone if anybody has issues, okay, that should work, right? Right. So I think I got answer from Pranav as well, okay, and Lasya as well. I think uh, Sandy had given me some answer, but it is not totally, it is okay. Sandy, you have done excellent job, but only thing is that is not going to work for us. It is a partial answer, so I will show you how to do it. Okay, then you understand from that. Okay, is it fine?
Okay, sir.
I'll show you how to do that with what is this nested if. Okay, so first you get some idea. After that, still if you have issues, we can talk about it. You need to take three numbers. Reading from input is not something really that crazy here. You don't need to worry too much about it. Applying that input function is okay, but you can directly initialize it, no issues. Okay. So that is something usually we do at learner stage, but in a real environment, that input functions are very rare. Even the prints are very rare. But here we need it because to we are testing here. That is the reason. Okay. So now you know the syntax, right? For nested if, it's look like this. It looks like this. You have to use if and inside if. So usually earlier we used to write code for this for greatest of two numbers. What is that? Sorry, greatest of three numbers. The code look like I have explained in the last session. So now you can see here now. What is that? If a greater than b, that is one thing. So right? If I should say that a is bigger, I should compare A with B and A with C. Usually we write like this. If it is not nested, if it is just multiple if. But when you are using nested if, you can do one thing. You don't need logical operator. You can remove that. And inside that again, you put something like A greater than C. Okay, and then colon. Then you have to say print of okay, just A is big, comma A. Now you know why I have split like this is even this is almost the other way of doing greatest of three numbers. Using nested if, you can find greatest of 4, greatest of 5, greatest of 10 as well. Uh,
Okay.
that is also possible. Now here, yeah. First, listen, Sandy. Listen carefully first. Then you can practice. If you want, you can take 1 minute and practice. Observe carefully first. So here, why we have declared this like this is even this works. Here, if first condition is true, then you come to the second condition. And this prints get printed only if the both conditions are true. It is almost similar to like the previous one, because you can get the result or output if both the conditions are true. And if any one condition fails here, you don't get the result. So it is almost similar to the previous one. We are not going to miss anything here. Okay. In this way, to test for A, I need one if block. Similarly, to test for B, I need another if block. Okay. And to test for C, I need another if block. It's something like B greater than A, then B greater than C, and C is big. Sorry, B is big, and then you can print B here. Okay. So that is one. The next one, again, C greater than A, C greater than B, then C is big. Then print C. You got this right? So now this is what everybody has done this, Sandy. even all the other learners like Shreya, Sandilia, Pranavar, Lasya, even they have in almost used the same kind of coding, and this is in a way it's perfect there. Okay, you understood this, Sandy? Are you good now? Clear? This is how you have to apply, greatest of three numbers.
Yes, sir.
Is that fine? So for now, what you can do is you can test it quickly. Then I will switch to the next topic, so that we can move little further today, because we need to come to the topic called loops, because we have to spend some time in loops. That is where you don't have all your coding skills exist in these control statements. Many people don't know. Let me tell you one thing from 14 years of my training experience and the development experience. I'll tell you only one thing, kids. Your coding, maybe little later, you might learn concepts, but the whole logic, the way you think, the way the approach of thinking, everything will be shaped in this. Which one? It is shaped with the control statements, your thought process, how you are going to think about logic, all that is that is going to happen in this control statements, like this decision making, this looping, okay, and then all this different types of loops that is going to shape here. The point is it's not about how many concepts you learn, how much logical strength you improve is the need of the hour. Many people thinks I finished Python. They say this. I finished Python. I finished Java. I finished some other language. Finishing is not going to help us. Okay, that is not useful. The point is how deep you get into the logic, how you are able to solve the problems. That is very important. Keep in mind, okay? Because you are the beginners. Where you have to focus is that what I am, insisting now. Tomorrow, when you get into the graduation or undergraduation or any other graduation, whatever it is, I am not sure the kind of graduate sense we have in US. If you are really good with logic, you can almost master everything, most of the things. That simple it is. Now coming back to this, I am done with this. Okay, this is enough for me. I don't need what is that? So now next one, if else. Sandy, did you practice that? I told you in the last class. I told you to practice those programs at least for 10 times. Did you have any time to do that practice?
No, sir.
No. Yeah, you have to do, Sandy. That is very important. Okay. So when I'm asking means definitely there is some reason behind that. Okay. So you have to take it, Sandy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is going to help you in your future. If you follow what I am asking, definitely it helps in your future. Okay, you might don't understand now because the age is very young age, but definitely you see the results in when you go a little further. Now if else, the next one. So this is a not a substitute for if. Many people thinks if I say if else means it is substitute for if. It is not substitute for if here. It is an extension to if. Okay, it is enhancement of if here. So we are making it more simpler, that if thing. Okay, suppose earlier if we should find greatest of two numbers, we have used to declare two if blocks to check validate both the cases, like if a is bigger or b is bigger. But now when you have if else, we can make it much more easier and much more simpler if we have if else here. Okay, and it's like this. Okay, the syntax, first let's understand syntax. The theory will come. Usually how I learn is first I try to understand syntax, and from syntax I derive my theory, okay, my concept. It is called backtracking. The advantage is you don't need to spend much time in learning that, in going through that that concept or theory. So here if you look at it, it's something like this. If condition colon, then you have some statements inside this, and then else colon, and then you have some statements inside this. Okay, Now you see, this is the syntax of if else. See, these syntaxes you have to blindly memorize. Memorize means by heart or whatever it is. మన తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే మీరు గుర్తుంచుకోవాలండి. అది అలానే ఉంటది. మీరు అలానే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. దానికి ఏం చాయిస్ ఉండదు. కీవర్డ్స్ కానీ ఈ సింటాక్సెస్ కానీ మారవండి. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి మీరు. మీకు ఏమన్నా డౌట్ ఉంటే మీరు అడగొచ్చు కానీ సింటాక్స్ చేంజ్ కాదు. Got it right? That will be fixed. It is always same for almost all the languages. The execution flow, it is almost same. Here what happens is, observe here carefully, Sandy. If condition is true, statements are executed. The which statements? If here, if the condition is true, if statements are executed, or if block is executed. If condition is false, else block is executed. Okay, and don't declare condition here with else. Writing condition like this is illegal. It's not allowed. You should not do that. You got it right? Don't put parentheses here. Understood now? So, or don't write condition here at this part. You can write again if inside else. We'll talk on that. Not now, little later. But this is if else. What is that? If condition is true, execute if block. Else execute else block. So that's it. This is so simple. Okay. Now you do one thing. These three programs, whatever I have asked you to find just now in the yesterday session or day before yesterday, what is that? These three programs, okay, leap or not also, one more. Try all these programs with the if else, test all this greatest of two numbers, even or not, leap or not, test all this with the if else. And if you have questions, you can always ask. Sandy, can you do this? Can you try this program, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Right. All of you finish all the three programs, post in the chat box, and if you have questions, we'll discuss. Have like take 3 to 5 minutes, finish this, and then I will explain the answers quickly, okay, and slowly also. Quickly in sense not like fast. So we'll discuss the answers and then switch to the next topic, and okay, right. Sandy, your print statements should be little, that should change a bit, Sandy. See, that's correct. There is nothing wrong in giving correct answer. If A greater than B, you are saying B is greater. See, that is not a meaningful one. Understood? You should say A is greater. Else, you should say print B is greater. That's how you have to take it, Sandy. So these are not having any relation here. అంటే మన ప్రోగ్రామ్ బాగా రాసావు కానీ ఆ ప్రింట్స్కి వచ్చేసరికి కొద్దిగా అంబిగ్విటీ ఉంది అక్కడ శాండీ. అక్కడ చూసారా శాండీ, వింటున్నావా? Can you hear me, Sandy? A little correction is required to your program.
Oh, yeah. I see it now.
ఇక్కడ చూసావా ఏ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ బి అన్నప్పుడు అంటే దాని is true, definitely A is bigger, not B. When that condition is true, only if A is bigger than B, then A will be greater, Sandy. Else you say B is greater, not correct answer.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
following? అక్కడ మీరు కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్ అని రాయకూడదు. నేనేం అడిగాను, గ్రేటెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ 2 నంబర్స్ అన్నారు కాబట్టి మీ ప్రింట్స్ దానికి రిలేటెడ్ గా ఉండాలి, అంతే. అర్థమవుతుందా?
Yes, sir.
అలాగే అన్నిటికీ ట్రై చేయండి.
Okay, sir.
So, okay, Pranav is done. Lasya is done. Okay, and then
Sorry, sir. When I pasted it, the indentation kind of messed up.
okay, fine, no problem. But make sure you are testing and you are testing all this.
Yes, sir. I test.
Again, you know there is small correction in the code. See there. అక్కడ ఎలా చేశారు చూడండి. అక్కడ ఇఫ్ A greater than B అంటే ఆ ఇఫ్ బ్లాక్ కింద A is greater అని రాయాలి మీరు. B is greater అని రాశారు అంటే అది కరెక్ట్ కాదు. మీరు ఇచ్చేదాన్ని బట్టే దాని బిహేవియర్ ఉంటుంది, ఆ ప్రింట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ బిహేవియర్ ఉంటుంది, శాండీ.
Okay.
దానికి తెలియదు అంటే ఏనా బీనా అనేది. ఇప్పుడు ఓకే. See, you have to understand why you are doing that, Sandy.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Somebody here. Who is that? Lasya? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Why you are applying that conversion into A percentile for why you have gone for the data type conversion? Any idea? Any?
Actually, sir, I wrote this code before where I was taking the user input as a string, so then I had to convert it to an integer, but just for the sake of sending it, I just wrote my own integer, so that's not needed, but yeah.
Yeah, but you have to be correcting it, right, before you send me?
Yes, sir.
You have to take care of it.
Okay, sir. But if it's an integer and I cast it, will it be an error?
It's not an error, but it's not a good practice as well.
Okay, sir.
Not an error, but such practices are not recommended.
Okay, sir.
You got my point, right?
Yes, sir.
It's like, let me give you a quick idea, a small funny example. You have to take bath every day, but you don't bath for 1 week. Is there any error in that? No, but it's not a good practice, right? Correct
Yes,
or
sir.
not? It is something like that. Following good practice in coding is very important. Okay, I see that all of you have done that. But still need to write any pending programs?
Yes, sir, I do.
Which one? Which one you have to do, Sandy?
The leap year or not?
Okay, I'm okay. Sandy, okay, all of you have finished, right? I am seeing answers from everyone. It's good. Uh, Perfect. Now you are coming in a right way. Now it seems like you are on track, Sandy. So next one, Elif. Why do we need Elif? Let me give syntax first. How it works. We have done this multiple if you remember. We have done multiple if, right? All of you remember? Day
Yes,
before
sir.
yesterday. గుర్తుంది అందరికి గుర్తుందమ్మా?
Yes, sir.
మల్టిపుల్ ఫ్రైడే ఉంది కదా. సో ది క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు మల్టిపుల్ ఇఫ్ లో the execution flow గురించి చూసినప్పుడు can somebody mute that machine? I'm getting some little noise there. So I think the one thing in multiple if is I think the syntax is here. Let's have a quick discussion on this. What is the issue with multiple if? Of course it's good. I don't say it's bad. Okay. Here in this case, there is a little performance issue here. Little performance problem. It's actually used to recommend to use in many cases, but there are times where we can still simplify this. What is that performance issue? Here in multiple if every condition is checked here, then if it will check this condition. If it is true, execute these statements. Again it will come to condition 2, it will check it, execute the block if it is true, otherwise skip it. It will go to condition 3, check the condition. If I have 10 ifs like that, it checks all 10 conditions. The all conditions might be true or false. That is a different case. But what happens here, if it is necessary or not, every condition is checked and the execution depends on that boolean. If it is true, block gets executed, otherwise block gets skipped. That is fine. But in a way, if it is necessary or not, still it will check the condition. For suppose you are finding greatest of two numbers, you say a greater than b, you are saying print a is big, else b greater than a, print b is big. Suppose for the first time itself you get you just know that a is bigger, that condition is true. When a is bigger, there is no necessity to check for b is b greater than a. But still in multiple if, it will check both conditions. Of course the second condition might be false, that is fine, we get proper output, everything is good. But still we are unnecessarily going for another check here. To avoid such things, what is that, we can use either if else, that is one thing, or we can use else if ladder. This is also called else if ladder in some other languages. You got it right? Are you following this, guys? You got the point which what I'm trying to tell to all of you? Endarku ardhamainda?
Yes, sir.
Shreya, Pranav and Lasya, all of you got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
The
sir.
limitation of if else, what is that? Sorry, limitation of multiple if, what is it? It will check every time, it will check a condition if it is required or not. Got it right? So when you come to the elif is simplified form of you can say multiple if. Same multiple if concept we can check so many conditions, but it is much more simplified than multiple if. It looks like this. The syntax is almost same, but there is a bit of change in the execution flow. That is what happens here. Something like that. Hash is a comment in Python. Also, you can use triple quotes as well. elif. Okay, and you can say something like condition 2 colon and then statements. Similarly, you can have many more elifs, and if you want, you can have else as well. If you want, you can put one else statement. Yeah, please, somebody can mute it. Let me mute otherwise. Okay. So now if you see this here, this is syntax of elif. But there is a question now. First, let me explain the execution flow of elif, and then we'll see when should we go for multiple if and when should we go for elif. Or this is also called else if ladder in other languages. So here it looks like this. The execution flow is like this. If condition 1 is true, it will execute that if block and stop the execution there itself. It doesn't go to condition 2. You understand my point? If condition 1 is true, execute that block and stop there. Don't go to the next condition. When it goes to the condition 2, if condition 1 is false, then it will go to condition. Then execute that block and stop there. Otherwise, then it will go to the condition 3. Then it will execute that block and stop there. Means you understand one thing here. This elif ladder, whatever you are using, this is much more optimized. It has a better performance. It is not going to check every condition all the times. Based on the outcome of first condition, it is decided whether we should check the second condition or not. Based on the result of first condition, it is decided whether second condition should be checked or not. Based on result of second condition, it is decided whether third condition should be checked or not. If all the conditions if all the conditions fail, then it will go to the else block. This is what happens with elif. But the point is, when should we go for elif? When you have a connection between one condition to another condition. Something like you are going to find greatest of 3 numbers, greatest of 4. They're connected with one another. Such kind of logics you can apply with elif. Suppose when you are implementing something, one logic don't have any connection with another. Suppose you are finding a greatest of 2 numbers and the second one is even or not. In such cases, elif is not recommended because even is different and then greatest of 2 numbers is different. Got it right? So you got it. When should we go for multiple if and when should we go for elif? When should we go for multiple if? When one condition doesn't have any connection to another condition, you go for multiple if. When should we go for elif? When one condition is dependent on other condition, the result of one condition have connection to other condition, then go for which one elif. So these things are, people talk about the syntaxes, they will give programs and make you understand properly. All this is there in the YouTube or in the websites. But what is missing in the YouTubes or for most of the trainers is when should we apply, what is the missing part. So that's why I try to give some some insight on this. I hope that should be clear for all of you, right? You got clarity now? So it's not like learning blindly the syntaxes and applying, guys. That is good. At the same time, you should also have that intuition, like when should we apply something, how it is useful in a particular use case. That is also important. You have to get that hold on coding. Okay, I am assuming that in the next 1-2 years you are going to do some miracles in your in the programming area. So that is the only thing how you can do that is with the foundation what we have now, how you are grooming yourself. Okay, this is what the best time for you. Okay, so if you try to have that solid foundation, definitely within next 1 to 2 years you are going to just rock in your coding. I am sure on that. Okay, now let me give an example now to test this so that I can switch to the one of my favorite area, that is loops topic, because loops is something one of my favorite area in programming because we can do a lot of things in loops. Okay, it's much more interesting. Okay, now let's take a small example now. Write a program, same thing to find okay, Sandy, yeah, please, mute your machine, Sandy. Write a program
Oh,
to find the greatest of three numbers. You can try four as well. That's up to you. Whether to use three or whether to use four, it's up to you. Three numbers using elif. I think somebody has done that. I appreciate that for taking it ahead. But others, I would like you also try once. Somebody like Snigdha or Shreya had done it, this elif thing. I want others also just to try it. Okay, try this with elif now. You have 2 minutes to work on this because that is more no sufficient time to do that. You have already done enough practice with all the other stuff. You know the logic as well. Only thing is how you or rewrite it with the elif is the only point here. Okay, take 2 minutes, try that, and I will just discuss it once, and then I will move to the loops topic. Okay, from there it will be more fun for us. Let us at least take it as a challenge. At least I'll give an assignment, lot of assignments to you. All of you, how you are going to plan. I need a little plan from you. How you are going to solve all that. So you are going to solve at least 150 to 200 logics in this loops itself. It will be some easy and medium and some little complex programs as well. But if you can solve all that, definitely there will be a different uh, Lasya in you, different Pranav, different Snigdha, different Shreya, and different Sandy. If you can solve every problem of that, your level of thinking and approach changes, definitely changes. Yeah. I think almost all everyone has done it, except I'm waiting for a few more here. Snigdha is also done, and Sandy, I think, who is doing Sandy? Yeah, everybody has done a great job. There are few corrections, however, which I suggest. Corrections in the sense, like it's not like you did wrong, but it's about tuning the program. Okay, everybody has done it good. That's excellent. But there are few, there is something which we need to understand is the tuning part. How optimized your code is. You have to think in that angle from now onwards. Okay, people do that when they become very old and they can get an experience of 10 to 15 years. They start thinking the optimization part. But as an youngsters, with the kind of energy you have, if you start doing that, definitely, as I just used the word rock, you can keep rocking. You don't need to become, your hair doesn't need to gray to become, that to get that optimization levels to you. You can start doing now. Okay, now I'll just show you what are the missing things. All of you are good in your own ways. There is no complaint on that. But what we can do is, how can we tune it? Even I have done, even I have done the same like what you have done. But with experience and practice, I just learned how to optimize or how to tune my code. Okay, it's not like you are wrong. If A greater than B, A greater than C. And here everybody is perfect, no doubt about that. Print out, you can say A is bigger, then comma A, that is fine. One thing. Then again, Elif, I know this is easy to do. B greater than A and B greater than C. Now everybody do this when you are a beginner. But later, with experience, you realize something that, and still we do like this, like C greater than A and C greater than B. This is one more, and we need a bit of tuning here. It's not correction what we say, tuning. Tuning means how much you simplify this is called tuning. How much you optimize it. Optimize means making it little less. Okay, reducing the number of comparisons. Okay, and increasing the performance is called tuning of code or optimization of code. Okay, so I have a question to all of you. Some of you have done. What I am seeing is, okay, you can make a quick correction here. B is big and then C is big. All this, it's fine. And I see some else part people are using else. I really appreciate. Again, you are printing using same print here in else. If that is the case, you don't need that. Okay. Again, you are seeing C is big. Okay. You don't need it. Anyhow, talk one point by point. See, when you have three comparisons, when you have three variables. Okay, fine. You need two conditions to compare every variable with the other one. That is fine. First one is good, no doubt. You don't need any correction. You understand one thing. I come correct. Compare A with B, right? When I compare A with B, then B is compared with A. Will you agree with that? See, I have two people, just two people, one short and one tall guy. When I say one person is tall means, as you have only two, the other one is automatically short. You don't need to again say that okay, this guy, you don't need to compare short guy with tall again. You get my point? So here, when you compare A with B, B is also compared with A. When you compare A with C, C is also compared with the A. You got my point? So here, you don't need this. You don't need this. Why? Already compare B with A in the first condition. When A greater than false, B is false means obviously B will be greater than A. That's why you come to the second year elif. You understood? But here in the first case, there is no possibility for me to compare B. So the second block will evaluate whether B is bigger or not. Now here, if I just compare B with C, it's enough for me. I don't need to say again B greater than A. That is already done in the first block. Okay. Now the third case. Now I have validated A, validated B. The remaining is C. Again, you don't need to write C greater than A, C greater than B, all that, because if the first two conditions are false, then obviously the third is the bigger one, and you don't need to write a condition and check it. And again, when you apply an elif here, sorry, elif requires condition. I'm sorry, elif requires condition. Okay, but the point is, what is that? You don't need elif here. Why? Just you can use else. If you are using elif, okay, this is fine. This is nothing wrong. But you don't need to do this. You are again comparing C with A and C with B, which happened. C is compared with A here. C with is and C is compared with B in the second block. And again, you don't need one more comparison here. So you can remove this total block and just put else here. This will optimize your code a lot here. We got a lot of optimization here. Can you see that? Now, why we put
Sir, I have a
simple else here?
question.
Yes, please.
Sir, but wouldn't that fail if two numbers are equal to each other?
What is that?
If two numbers are equal to each other, then it would not work, right?
Correct. But what is the problem here? What is the problem?
It's the greatest of three numbers, but like the user input could
So
still have two equal numbers.
no. See, you have to write a program based on the problem. You got it right. Suppose if I ask you greatest or equality of three numbers means, then your question, your point is valid. Definitely, that's an excellent point. You got it, Pranav? I think I'm pointing Pranav only, right?
Sir, that was last year.
Oh, I'm really sorry. This is a bit.
It's
Uh,
okay, sir.
Okay, so please, when you are asking a question, just tell me this is last year. That will be more, good for both of us. Okay, more easy for both of us. Okay, so now,
Okay, sir.
last year, see your answer should target the problem. You understand this, all of you, everyone, and listen, try to get this point. When your answer, you have extraordinary programming skills. That's good. But still, when a problem is given to you, you have to just give answer for the problem. We don't need to give that extra. When we need that extra is when that problem has that, you have to target that. Got the point, last year?
Yes, sir.
So it's like that. Like, a quick example. You are extraordinary cook, okay? But suppose I ask you just to cook something like, I am asking just only some veg curry. If you can do it and give it to me, it's fine. Suppose you add something, a chicken piece or mutton piece to that. What happens there? Even though it's extraordinary, but it doesn't fit the problem. Correct? Will you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Your point is valid. Suppose if my question is instead of greatest of three numbers, I am asking you check if they are equal also. Then you can go for that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Will you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
You can debate with me as well, no issues. It's not like it is one-sided. Let's make it two-sided. You can fight with me as well, no issues. Because what is important here is you have to keep improving. That is important. So, but do you get the point here, like the tuning part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all of you rewrite your code, and try to tune your code as per the discussion. Let's come out with the best possible solutions here. See, even sometimes I may not do the proper tuning. You should be able to do that. That's how you have to be. That comes with practice. If you ask me, sir, we are just learners, we are beginners. How come we come to that level? Everything is a matter of practice and time. You don't need to worry about that point, that thing. So all of you tune your code again, rewrite your code, recode it, and see how you can optimize it, and again give me the answers, all of you. Can you ping the program now in the chat box? Let me have that optimized code, all of you. So those who need it, those who don't, it's fine. Those who have done, it's fine. Those who didn't, please try that. As I see most of.
Sir, do we need to put it in or no?
Pardon?
So we don't need to put the program. We don't need to put the program in the chat box, right?
No, I need it in chat because I should know it, right? You have done it or not.
Oh, okay.
You have to. Okay, guys. All of you have given me the answers. I think I got the code from Snigdha and Sandy. And what about others, guys?
Sir, me and Pranav also sent it.
Okay, it might be at the top. Okay, fine, no issues. Shreya is done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then that's about this decision making. You can also test for equality in the same program. If suppose the problem is like this, greatest of three numbers are, if they are equal, then even you have to test that case as well. So you can also try that. Okay, you can add one more. Now you can try it in a different way as well. So how you do it is up to you. Okay, got it? Okay. So guys, that's about for today. I think I should start loops. We'll take it tomorrow. Already it's today we are at 10:40. So tomorrow probably I might spend more time with you. Got it? Any more questions? Probably from tomorrow we might have assignments, and I ask you, right? I need to talk with you guys, like, so how you are going